Alright, today we're gonna be looking at what is the most satisfying act of revenge that you ever experienced. Gonna be pretty interesting. My old neighbor and I never really got along that well when we were kids. I was the first to get the original Xbox in our little three-house neighborhood, and he was the first to get the Xbox 360. One day he comes over and keeps telling me that my Xbox is a piece of shit and that I should just break it so my parents outdate it for me. We argue and it eventually comes to a point where he somehow get a hold of my Xbox. Oh no. Then he dropped it and plastic goes everywhere. Why would you drop your friend's Xbox? My my mom heard the crash and me, not wanting to get my neighbor into trouble. I idolized him for some reason, said I had knocked it off the TV stand. That's your first mistake, okay? He is not a true friend. He goes home and I'm pissed because I am out of an Xbox. A few months later, his family go out of town on a cruise or something and let me care for the house, letting dogs in and out watering the plants. Okay, let's see, move out here. Realizing I had the place to myself, I go grab his shiny new Xbox and paint it over the little receiver window on the front of it. Uh-oh. After testing and confirming it doesn't work, I put it exactly back the way it was and wait for them to return. About a week after they got back, I go over to hang out and play Xbox with him. He nearly broke down crying saying it won't work and his parents overheard and offered to buy him a new one. They were pretty rich. Oh man. He accepts it and asks if I can buy the one he has since I wanted to open it up to see what was inside. He ended up just giving it to give me the console. Years later, Dane still works like a dream. Wow, he is like really smart. But the thing is, that his friends have like maybe um suspect that he broke the Xbox because he's the one that was like taking care of the house, letting the dog in and out. But the way he um kind of set up everything, it was pretty genius, right? It's hard to detect. Like he just paint something over the receiver, and the nothing is like the crime scene is so little, right? A detective couldn't really even find it, right? So he didn't really do any damage to the Xbox, right? So that's kind of the beauty of it. But yeah, that was like pretty cool, sweet revenge, I must say. Okay, next one. Driving to drop someone off, my radar detector went off, so I caught sitting in a parking lot. Drop off my friend and headed back. The whole way, some ass is tailgating me. Speed limit 40. I am doing 45, and he is so close I can see his headlights. We come up to a traffic circle and he tries to pass me on the right. I sped out and he kept trying. We hit about 80 to 90 with him on the shoulder, come up to the crest of a hill, and I know the cops is right on the other side. Wow. So he's going 80 on the 40 speed limit. That is crazy. Like imagine the speed ticket if you get caught, like maybe $300 or $400, and you gotta go to school. Let's see if he get caught. I hit the brake and he flew over the hill. Had to be doing 90 in the 40. Oh my, I even start to let the cops out of the parking lot. Oh no! Most satisfying thing ever. Yeah, he is definitely going to driver school after this. That is crazy. Like going 50 miles over speed limit. That is a really big crime right there. Okay, move it down. It was actually against me. If that gave you any clues as to how justified and perfect it was. When I was 4 and my brother was 6, we were on our way to get my great grandfather's funeral. My parents stopped at a McDonald's and out of my brother's small fry bag, the 4.5-inch tall white bag of fries, he pulled an 11 fry. Impossible, right? We were in the back seat. I see it, he yells to my parents to witness this awesome fry, but before they can turn around, I snatched it and ate it. Oh no, that is such a cool fry, but why would you do that? He is upset, whatever. Oh, I sense a revenge right there. Cut to 12 years later, home after school, no parents. Okay. Friends hanging out in the kitchen. Everyone is scurrying around for after school snacks. My brother and I are on the table, and our friends are in the other part of the kitchen. Out of this bag of a wavy lace, I pull a potato chip that is literally the size of my skull. Wow, it must be huge. No idea how this thing didn't break in transit. I'm like, oh my god. I sense a revenge right there. His brother gonna eat it. Watch. Guys, look at this chip. Before anyone can turn their head, my brother reached across with his right hand and crushed the chip to crumbles. Oh, whoa, that is crazy. I can imagine the face like sweet, sweet revenge. That's what you get for eating my fries. I mean, look, I bet his face was like, oh my. I have what the WTF eyes bearing down on him, and he simply says, "That's for the fries." 12 years had passed, and we had never spoken about it, but it took less than a second to remember everything and just nod in agreement that the scar was settled. Wow, 12 years just for that one fry. I mean, it must left a really, really deep scar for 12 years, and you still remember it, and it was like the perfect moment to seek revenge. One enormous potato product for another. True story. That's true. One enormous potato product for another. If you guys made it to this far, make sure to give this video like a thumbs up, early thumbs up. Really appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell notification so you know when I upload these new videos. I really enjoy doing them. Okay. My first real boyfriend. We kissed instead of just holding hands. Kissed another girl and dumped me for her when I was a freshman in high school. Oh no. Let's see how she gonna get revenge. She had actively pursued him or thought she knew he had a girlfriend, so I blame her rather than him. What do you guys think? Is it his fault or her fault? I know. Fast forward, Fast forward 4 years. I was a volleyball player throughout college. In the off season, I played in a city women's league and a co-league as an outside hitter. Let's see. My team played a new team with a familiar face. She didn't recognize me. She didn't recognize she didn't recognize me different high schools, but I immediately recognized her. My team's sitter kept giving me amazing sets, and I kept slamming the ball over the net, just waiting for my shot. Uh-oh. Finally, she was in the back row, and my sitter set me up. I hit the ball, and the boyfriend stealer stepped right into the hit. It bounced off her foot and went straight into her face. Oh, that sounds pretty painful right there, right into her face, like bam. Imagine the force, and broke her nose. Broke her nose. Oh my goodness, that I don't know if this is a revenge that you want, like you broke your enemy's nose. Oh, that it like imagine if you guys ever had a broken nose. I mean that it must be really really bad. You can't even smell anything. Okay. When I was 11 years old, I was bullied by a 12-year-old boy. He would steal things for my lunch every day. I got sick of it and decided to do something about it. One day, I bought a super hot pepper in my lunch and pretended to be really excited about it. Sure enough, the boy come over, snatched it from my hand, and plopped it into his mouth. That bully did not have a brain. He practically exploded in pain. Okay, let's see. Maybe right here. Okay. Writing around the floor, unable to handle the heat. I calmly looked at him and told him that drinking a nice glass of cold water would help immensely. So he did so. Promptly, matter of fact, the pain 100x. He never stole food from me again. I didn't know, like when you ate like a hot chili, you're not supposed to drink water, right? You're supposed to drink milk. That's what I heard. Let me put it down. This one time when I was about 15, 16, I was about to walk inside my building. Had just placed the key in the lock. When reflected in the door, I see two girls walking by behind me. I can actually hear one of them say, as she points to me, what they gonna say? Let's talk to this guy. But then her friend goes, no, not him. He is ugly. Oh no. Ooh, let's go. That is just so mean. The girl that actually wanted to talk to me was cute and everything. Man, so not only did her friend cop block me, so to speak, but she also called me ugly. Yeah, how do you gonna get revenge? And that hurts. Yes, it definitely hurts. Someone calling you ugly. I walk upstairs, walk into my place, and then walk over to the balcony to see if I can spot the girls. They are right across the street talking to each other, and the cop blocker is being a bit loud and obvious. That did it for me. I walked back into the kitchen, grabbed a slice of ham, and swoosh, threw it at the girl. Oh, I don't know. Direct hit, and she had a WTF look on her face, which made me smile. That girl deserved it, right? Okay, she deserved that random piece of ham. Okay, it was like pale. I bet it's like summertime. It's really hot and it's really sticky. That ham, when it slapped on her face or her neck, oh, she gonna smell for sure. Of course, in retrospect, that was a stupid thing to do, and I won't do it again. Definitely, but I mean, it's really funny though. Him, her time. Man, that guy like he have like some courage throwing a ham on that girl. I mean, the aim must be pretty good too. Like imagine throwing a ham on a balcony with a flat piece of a ham, right? It's really flappy, so you gotta throw it at a pretty good aim. At my school, we had a douchey bag who likes to stand next to his locker talking to one of his friends. And when someone got too close to it, he slammed it open into their face. Oh no, that sounds really mean. As there were no cameras near this hallway, it was always dismissed as an accident. Anyway, one day he felt the need to open it into my best friend's face, giving him a bloody nose and almost broke it. Oh, that is so mean. Now, as I am sure you all would be, I was pissed off. I would be pissed off too. Like, and they don't even have a camera, so he's getting away every single time. So the day my friend got back, the douchey bag felt the need to approach him to apologize about hitting my friend. Luckily, my locker was located between my friend and the other kid. When I saw I could do it, I actually unlocked my locker, waited for him to get close to it, and slammed it into him. Broke his nose and dented the locker. Revenge is sweet. Holy crap. Dented the locker? That must be a really hard slam when you dented the locker. I mean, one nose for another. That's what you call it. Sweet revenge. This may seem small, but it was the most satisfying thing I ever done. When I was in the 7th grade, I sat behind a jerk who hated me and enjoyed being annoying. Every single goddamn day, he would lean back in his chair and hit the front of my desk over and over again. If I was trying to write something, he would do it even harder. Oh man, so one day I decided enough was enough, and in middle of the lesson, he started again. So I waited, and right as he was leaning his chair back fast, trying to lock my desk hard, I pulled it back. Let's see. I want to keep reading. This one is exciting. Without my desk behind him, his chair tipped over and he hit the ground hard. Oh, I can still clearly remember him whispering, "You bitch," beneath the laughter of the whole class and the teacher yelling at him to get out. You deserve it, okay? You deserve it. You are not supposed to annoy another person. The look on his face was mixed of shock, embarrassment, and pure rage as he looked up at me from the floor. Bastard, never mess with me again. That is really smart, okay? That is really smart thing to do. This is more pretty revenge, but yeah, a few years back, my 15-year-old cousin was staying over at my place, which I shared with my boyfriend at the time. Her parents were on vacation in Cuba for a few weeks. While she was with us, we had to make all of her food. She couldn't cook, waited for me or my boyfriend to come home. Otherwise, she would only eat chips or popcorn. She won't even make a sandwich. One day she updated her Facebook status, which was a whiny complaint about how bored she was. She had free reign to go out and how weird I was. Oh no, I guess she forgot I have her on Facebook. It really pissed me off since I made all her meals and tried my best to keep her company. That is not right. That girl is too spoiled. That night when I was making her a turkey sandwich, I took revenge. How you gonna take revenge on a turkey sandwich? I used the end slice of a bread loaf to build the sandwich and the bitter white part of the ramen lettuce leaf. I also put too much mayo on it. She ate that sandwich and she had a look of annoyance on her face, but there was nothing she could do. She know that it was a nasty sandwich, but she continued had to eat it because if she don't eat it, there's no food. This kid picked me on. This kid picked me since first grade. Then one day in fourth grade, the teacher had her back turned so he climbed under my table and started pointing my face at me. Not sure why, he was kind of weird. It must have been a knee-jerk reaction, but his face was there and my foot was here, so I kicked him right in the face. In the face. Kid falls to the ground shrieking while clutching his face. Oh, teacher turned around and sees him out of his desk. Give him detention. Well, he got detention and also got a smack in the face. Later that day, his face had swollen to the size of a volleyball and he had stopped crying long enough to tell the teacher what had happened. My teacher asked me if it was true and I said I felt something tugging my shoes so I kicked, thinking it was caught on something. The teacher gave me a lollipop saying be aware of my surroundings next time. That's a good teacher right there. Okay, that's awesome. He didn't get in trouble. This kid never bothered me again. Best day ever. It is. I think it definitely considered a best day ever. Kick your booty right in the face. I mean, he got picked on from first grade to fourth grade. So 3 years of torture, man. That must feel really satisfying to kick that bully right in the face so you know that all the torture is about to end. Once in first grade, I took off my shoes because I had a rock in it. For no reason other than this kid was a huge asshole. The class jerk stole it and took off running. The shoes? I chased after him and he eventually threw my shoes down a hill into a field of tall grass and he just looked at me with a huge shit-sitting grin. That is bad. Why would you do that to that? Why would you do that? Why? In a badass stone cold first grade temper, I say go find it and soften down the hill into the grass after it. Oh man. He starts crying and we run to the teacher. After explaining what happened, she made him go into the field and find my shoe. Oh, I love it. I love it. Wow. Even the teacher agreed with him, okay? It was his fault, throwing the shoe down the hill. I couldn't stand this one kid who went to my high school with. I couldn't stand this one kid who went to my high school with, who lived a few blocks away in the neighborhood. One night, he sent cops to my parents' house where I was still living, telling them I had done something I didn't do. Luckily, I had a receipt in my pocket from the restaurant I was at and supper 10 miles away that was time-stamped half an hour later than when he said the incident occurred. Regardless, my parents were woken up. I was pissed. Well, a few days later, my mom bought some plants that she left in the kitchen window. Our family cat was a nutball to begin with, but all of a sudden, he was constantly jumping on the counter eating plants. When I tried and sue him down, he would actually take a defensive stance and scratch. 10 minutes later, he would be back chewing on the leaves. I asked my mom what the plant were, and she said, "Oh, they are catnip. They have a really pretty flower. I'm going to plant them in the backyard when the weather warms up." I was like, "Not a chance you're planting these in our backyard. Look, look what you're doing to the cat. He is aggressive stoner. You'll bring every cat in the neighborhood and they will all fight all night long." Oh, I know where it is going. Suddenly, at that exact moment, a revenge plot was born. The following night, I snuck into his backyard and planted the catnip everywhere. My friend who lived across the street from him told me it worked perfectly and that he was always complaining about cats fighting in his backyard after that. Revenge. No physical confrontation, no property damage, just stone cats. I mean, stone cats? Okay. Feel a little like some sort of a supervillain sending out my cat minion to do my dirty work. Well, I mean, that revenge wasn't really that aggressive. I feel like, I mean, he called cops on you, like blame you for a crime that you did not do. And what if the police didn't, what if you didn't have the receipt, right? The police will lock you out, and stuff like that. But yeah, that's like a super hard revenge. It was just a cat like fighting in the backyard. He was like, oh, there's a cat fighting in the backyard. I'm just gonna enjoy it. But yeah, it's fun, though. He must be a pretty nice guy, So when he try to get some revenge, it's not gonna be super hard. But yeah, that's about the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up and make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notification. And my name is Calvin, and I'll see you guys next video.